This is one of my most insane adventures yet.
Oh my goodness, this view.
I, along with a few of my friends, head to one of Oregon's most iconic locations to search for our top target for the entire Oregon trip, an iconic bird of this area. So we assembled the crew and headed to Haystack Rock in search of the Tufted Puffin. Let me take you back to the start of the day.
Up at 5:30 a.m., got my coffee ready to go. Today is the ocean adventure. 3-hour drive ahead of us to the coast for puffins. Let's do this.
The journey began from Corvallis up towards Cannon Beach. The excitement was building, and then, as we were about 30 minutes away, we got this message.
We're hustling. We heard puffins were reported. Oh my goodness, let's go. There's people there, birders. Oh my goodness, this view. Wow. I've actually been here before, but I kind of forgot how majestic this rock is. That's what we're looking for.
And we arrived to the rock. We set up our gear and tripods as quick as possible and started scanning down low, where I picked up my lifer Harlequin duck, and we scanned the top of the rocks, where I got my lifer Western gull. And while these lifers were really awesome, we were still searching for the puffins. We were picking through every little speck, everything that was moving, trying to locate these birds. The puffin was one of our top targets and one of our main reasons for making the trek out to Oregon. Jordan and I wanted this more than pretty much any other bird. There were 2 bald eagles in the area that we were worried had scared the puffins away. We were starting to get a little concerned at our chances. I saw these black and white birds that I thought were puffins at first, but they were just pigeon guillemots. And so we turned our attention to the flying birds in hopes of picking one out there. A black and white bird flew by, not quite what we were looking for. And still we scanned and waited because Levi had told us he saw them that morning. They were in the area, we were hoping at least. And then I caught sight of these 2. I took a closer peek at these birds flying around. They had bright orange, huge bills, orange feet, and that characteristic tuft along the back of their head. These are our Tufted Puffins. And while these weren't the most amazing views ever of these birds, it did not matter. We have gotten our goal. The puffin is off the life list, and we just watched them fly around the rock, watch all of their behaviors in such awe. I snapped a bunch of photos, none of them that amazing, but pretty cool to see some of them carrying some nesting material, and then they were intermingling with some of the common myrrh in the area too. This one I really like. It looks like a fighter jet following each other.
We have made it to Haystack Rock behind me, as you can see, and just absolutely unbelievable views of these puffins and other birds in the area. I'm so excited. We took pictures for ages. I should have vlogged right away probably, but we couldn't take ourselves away from these birds. They're just circling behind the rock behind us. We're doing our best to get pictures and photos. What a cool experience. This has me just like so elated right now, if you can't tell.
And then we were blessed to have some puffins land for us on the front of Haystack Rock. We were catching up till this point, flying around the back of the area, but 3 of them decided to land on the front in really nice view for all of us watching. This was the only time of the day we actually saw them standing still, or at least sitting still, for just a short bit. It only lasted about 5 minutes, so we were really happy that we got to witness the birds in this sense too. This is just such a unique bird and one I will remember for a long time. What an amazing adventure, and so cool to share it with this group of awesome people. The core group of 4 that we had throughout this whole Oregon trip, and then Levi on the left here too, who came out to join us for today. It was nice to meet him and add him to my birding group of friends also.
It's not gonna hit us, he says. I think I was recording that whole time. Man, we've just been sitting here and taking so many photos. I can't get over this along the beach and coast, just watching. We finally had a puffin land, so that was cool to get some really great videos of it.
And while we have accomplished our main objective, you are not going to want to miss the rest of this video because there were still so many awesome lifers to be had and such great birds to see along coastal Oregon. So come with me now as we explore the rest of Haystack Rock as the day was just getting started. It was only about 10:30 at this point because we had gotten there right away in the morning. So let's see what else we come across.
There's 3 of them now. Jordan has... He's a little embarrassed.
This was my first time birding in a coastal state and region like this, so pretty much like all of these birds were going to be brand new to me or ones I see so infrequently in my home state of Utah. So all the behaviors of these black oyster catcher were fun to observe, and it was pretty easy just to grab so many new lifers for my life list.
I saw.
Got it. Thank you.
That is a lot more rare than the scoter. Hit that while you can.
You're probably wondering why the heck I'm recording the waves. It's because I was trying to capture these birds on camera, my lifer surf scoter. Every time I put in my camera though, a giant wave would come in and they would dive under the water. It was pretty nuts to me to watch them and see how they were able to survive these conditions. I feel like most people would have gotten slammed against the rocks, but these birds would just float, dive when a big wave came in, and then they'd pop right back up. It was pretty funny to watch this happen over and over and over again. I was scanning these for hopeful white-winged scoters or black scoters as well, but I couldn't pick any out. If you see any in these clips, let me know. Satisfied that I finally got those scoters on camera though, I turned my attention back to some easier birds to film, all of the ones foraging within the rocks, and I've gotten some of my favorite video clips of these birds during this time. These black turnstone were really cute as they picked through all of the barnacles and stuff attached to the rocks. And then it is harder to find a much more beautiful duck than this harlequin duck right here. And there were actually a couple of them swimming around the small tide pools and coming up onto the rocks to dry off. The shot here shows a male and a female right next to each other, gives you a good comparison at the plumages between the two.
I literally brought the old guy.
This looks like a California.
The couple bald eagles were still just chilling in the back, thankfully not disturbing our birding experience. They seemed pretty content just to survey the area around them from up on their perches. This was just the best morning that I could have asked for, honestly. So many lifers. Here's some of my favorite photos I took from this short period of time with these birds amongst the rocks. Now, as we were wrapping up at Haystack Rock, I did pick up one more lifer. These Brandt's cormorant were doing some really awesome, I think, mating displays when they're showing off their bright blue neck, gullet. I'm not sure exactly what you call it, but it was really cool. It's honestly quite the method to try and attract a mate. Very cool to see. As the tide receded around Haystack Rock towards midday, we were actually able to walk much closer to it. They opened up an area, and we could see starfish and other little creatures in the tide pools.
What an unreal morning at Haystack Rock. You can probably see it behind me. I couldn't believe all the birds we saw, and I was just having the time of my life. So happy. It was unreal walking up to it and seeing it just stick up from the beach. But then we got some amazing shots of a lot of the targets we were trying to see. I think I hit 10 lifers there, just an unreal time. And then there's also just so many people around because it's a famous location, and they were coming up to us, asking us about birds. So it was fun to spread the love of birding to all the people we were chatting with too. Everyone was super kind and super nice. It's just like, that's a morning I'm gonna remember for a long time, basically. So yeah, now we are just heading back to the car, gonna use the restroom, probably grab some food and check out some shops, pick up some souvenirs, all the stereotypical tourist stuff.
Well, we took one last look at this majestic rock that was the site for so many encounters, and then we did one of the most tourist things possible and went and grabbed some food at Moe's. Now, it was pretty good. My clam chowder was incredible, super tasty. My fish was just fine, nothing special.
I was wanting to do better.
The biggest of lifer pies. Jordan and I each enjoyed some dessert, little lifer pie action, before hitting some shops where we wanted to find some Tufted Puffin material, but pretty much every single piece of merchandise had the wrong puffin on it. This is something that was cracking us up. These were not the right species of puffin that actually come to Haystack Rock. I guess that's just something us birders notice.
All right, we made our way a little bit down the coast now. We're a little bit farther south than Haystack Rock, and we are heading out to a jetty now. It is the Neetham Bay South Jetty, I believe. If I got that wrong, I'm gonna correct myself on screen. But we were hoping to find some loons potentially, or just any other seabirds, and do some more ocean birding. So stick around, it should be pretty cool out here at the next hotspot.
Now the birding here was kind of slow, which is why I was having some fun with my drone and getting some high overhead shots of this jetty where we were at.
Well, even though the birding has kind of slowed down since Haystack Rock, on the bright side, Levi's been with us all day, so he was able to join us out here. Birding with Levi on Instagram and TikTok, make sure to go give him a follow. He has some great content.
Now the most interesting thing at this spot at first was really not the birds, but it was this seal that was out in the water just flipping around, checking us out, and looking at everything around itself, enjoying itself for sure. We did have a few pelicans flying around. We also caught this bald eagle, and then there were a few other species too that we had seen already earlier in the day.
right on us, dude.
Well, while we've been sitting here just enjoying the sun, there's been a few birds coming around. We got a pigeon guillemot that came by, a couple of them actually. There's a seal out there, which is kind of cool. And then we think we saw a wandering tattler. We think we saw a wandering tattler at the end of the jetty. Now I got a kind of iffy video of it, but Jordan got a better, at least diagnostic picture. So make sure to go check out Bright Eyed Birding. His link will be in the comments too, to see his video from the Oregon trip overall and today, and you might get a better picture of that potential wandering tattler.
So I actually have some pics from Cossum because he went down the jetty. He was so excited for this potential lifer, and this is indeed a wandering tattler. Really awesome, another lifer.
If I haven't mentioned it yet, I'm here with Jordan from Bright Eyed Birding, of course. Make sure you go check out the rest of my Oregon videos and then go subscribe to Jordan. He's been making a ton of videos on this trip too. Link will be in the description. That's Bright Eyed Birding on YouTube. So the potential wandering tattler we actually ended up getting thanks to Cossum, who went out to the end of the jetty. Make sure to go check out his Instagram. Link will also be in the comments.
Now for all of you viewers that stuck around towards the end, I have an extra treat for you. Right after we saw some beautiful songs from this white-crowned sparrow who gave us great looks, we picked up another one of our top Oregon targets, not this warbler, this chestnut-backed chickadee. It was in the bushes right by the parking lot, unfortunately after Levi had left us, so he missed out on this bird sadly. But we were so happy to see this, and it was kind of unexpected, honestly. What a way to end this day of birding. So I hope you enjoy this adventure. Make sure to go check out all of my friends in the description. Go give me a subscribe so you don't miss any future adventures. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Happy birding.